Hi, I'm Rachel, and welcome to my 2025 NaNoWriMo Week 4 vlog. Well, we have finally gotten to the vlog where I am officially behind. And I could kick myself a bit for, the first couple weeks, because during those weeks I was on furlough from my job, and now I am back in the swing of things. I actually have to make this quick because I gotta go to work. It's not like I didn't do anything those first couple weeks, but I could have done more, and it would have made things a whole lot easier for me now. And just sort of behind on the word count, I'm behind on where I want to be with reading, I'm behind on blog posts, and to that end, my computers don't seem to be being nice to me either, if I could whine about that too. So I feel like I'm continuing into a whiny negative space. I was a little bit, I feel like, just exhausted and down in my little Tuesday snippet in my last vlog video. But I have to say, I guess to say something positive, I have continued to work on Chapter 9 of my fantasy novel. I have officially moved into the present day sort of memoryless part of what I'm doing, and so I'm rolling with it now. It's working. I'm trying to adapt stuff that I wrote before into this new format. And probably the only reason it's going as slow as it is because I'm tired after work or whatever, but it is going, and I'm intending to keep on with that. And yeah, I'm trying to stay in the positive space. The novel is getting better than it was, and that's, the big goal, is to make things better. And the Rebel writing stuff is also getting done as well, and I'm planning, especially for the weekend, about what I can do to play catch-up in various arenas. And yeah, my final reminder to myself, of course, is I have been in this spot or worse before, and I've pulled it off at the end. I even have some time off for the Thanksgiving holidays, but that will be in my finale vlog in a week. For now, though, I'm going to keep on trucking, and we are still on the journey. Another questionable challenge I've set for myself is to both watch and review Season 3 of Foundation for NaNoWriMo. It's the problem when my Nano activities have this pre-planning I also have to do in order to make the word count. And here, my rebelling is supposed to make Nano easier. All right, here we go. This is one of the latest Novel November events, and this one is all about utilizing Scrivener. And I have used Scrivener pretty exclusively with my novel writing for several years, and I always feel like I'm not doing it correctly, or I'm being silly with, how I do something or don't do something, or just, feeling overwhelmed by the program. So who knows, maybe something from this workshop will actually stick with me and improve my game. We shall see.
Harlow asks about what features support editing a finished draft or manuscript.
Okay. So what features for, sorry, can you repeat it one more time for me?
Yeah. What features support editing a finished draft or manuscript?
Great question. There are a ton of them. For example, we have snapshots right here where I can save versions of a draft. So if I make changes to it, let's say I just delete this whole paragraph. Let's actually first take a snapshot. That would be documents, snapshot, take snapshot, or the keyboard shortcut Command 5 or Control 5 on a PC. And I can come here, change this to draft 3, and just delete this right here. Let's say I just delete the first paragraph. I don't like it, or I change it or rewrite it or whatever. And actually come here, I can see there, oh, look, I can compare and say, oh, look, I deleted all this stuff here. All right, this belongs, okay, so that's gone. I could always roll back and say, oh, I want to roll back to a previous version. Go back to draft 3 if I want to. Yes. And it'll roll me back. And it will actually take a snapshot of the version and take me back to draft 3. So this is, I could just change this to a rollback like this. So I know. Yeah. So a lot of great things we can do. There's also the revision mode. I could talk hours.
Well, on that point, Oliver, I'm just going to say, because a number of people have been commenting, and this is so much content to try and fit into, and I'm absolutely right. There is a ton of videos that you've recorded, Oliver. Where's the best place to find those?
Literatureandlatte.com/library.
Okay, so literatureandlasting.com/library. Go and have a look there, because we know that it is difficult to follow everything, especially when you're learning stuff for the first time. Take a look at the recordings. You're welcome to slow the recording down as well. But yeah, there is a ton of content, and there is a lot of, sorry, I can't get my words out, a lot of great content online that you'll find. How-to guides to Scrivener.
Hello, it is day 22 of Nano. It is a Saturday, and things are a little different than expected for me today. The truth is that starting sometime Thursday, I started developing a cold, and I actually stayed home and worked a little bit from home on Friday, but didn't work the full day. So much for a full week after furlough of getting back into the swing of things, but this is not the most opportune time to be sick anyway. Well, it's never good probably to, be sick in front of other people. But also, Thanksgiving is coming up in the U.S. and I have family members coming in, and so hopefully I can nip this thing in the bud relatively quickly. So that's what's going on, and it also means, as the symptoms continue to today, that I'm basically just staying at home. Usually on Saturday I go to my salon to do some writing, but I don't want to, spread my germs around to the other writers, especially, once again, we are all, a lot of us are going to be celebrating Thanksgiving soon. So no salon for me. It's pretty sad. I do love how the salon is so grounding, but, it is what it is. I also had a ladies' brunch today with a group of lady friends, relatively late in the year. It's a surprising time for our brunch, because we always, since COVID, eat outside on the porch of the restaurant we go to, but for whatever reason we scheduled one for today, but I'm not going to be going to that either, so hopefully I'll see them again in the spring. But yeah, so it's not ideal, but I'll be home, and I have to prioritize health, but also prioritize some words, I hope, and see what we can do this weekend. I also wanted to just shout out that I'm starting a new audiobook, Space Brooms by A.G. Rodriguez. I just thought this one would be a bit of fun. I've just been thinking lately that I haven't been reading the space opera type sci-fi that I really do enjoy. Somehow I haven't been prioritizing that, and I decided it was time to put some on my radar. And I decided too that if I wanted to read something or listen to something this month, I'd have to find something that was readily available. So luckily this was readily available for me through my library. I remember Daisy Ex Machina doing one of her TBR videos and thinking about this book, and at the time I was like, but this is too satirical and it's not serious enough for me. But I'm trying to get myself out of that mindset too. Sometimes it's okay to have a little bit of fun, so I hope this book is fun. One thing I can't usually do on Saturday mornings is show you my synagogue Shabbat services, because we're not allowed to be using electronics on Shabbat in there, but since I'm now home and sick, nothing is stopping me from pointing a camera at a live stream, so here we go. This is a slight little novel, maybe a bit of autofic, called Where I Am by Dana Shem-Orr, which was translated from the Hebrew by Yardine Greenspan, although the author herself and the character are translators themselves and people who live in, foreign lands. It's a novel about immigration and about not quite having a home and a place to call your own. Largely taking place, there's a stream of consciousness, very slight novel, as I said. The first part takes place at a dinner party in Paris with the main character, Reut, who is Israeli but has been living in France for 20 years and has a French husband and a son, and they're raising him in Paris.
And it culminates ultimately with a trip to southern Italy to visit friends, where she's out of her element in part because she doesn't speak the language. And there's this she's also kind of surrounded by sort of artistic drama between a bunch of European writers and that sort of thing. Anyway, it ultimately felt like more archetypal to me, the characterization, rather than delving into characters. So that's really what gets to me with this literary writing is I want to, fall into exploring all of these ideas about immigration and about finding a place to belong, but the sort of fleeting stream of consciousness way that the characters are depicted just feels too much like skimming the surface to me, although in general this seems to be the sort of book that people either dislike because it's just so anti-story, and so little happens. Yet it's favored by, some literary readers for how it explores themes in artistic ways. But for me, I want to be a literary person, but, I need more characterization. I also feel like the ending of this really left a sour taste in my mouth, so I'll have to explore that in my own review. But, yeah, I'm disappointed that this one didn't grab me more.
Good morning. It is day 24 of NaNoWriMo. My cold symptoms aren't completely gone, but they're significantly improved. That being said, I've still made arrangements to work from home today, hoping that this will give me some more time to improve and not infect other people right before Thanksgiving, and also to have a little more versatility in my schedule, I hope. Because here, in the last week of November, it seems like drama, both at work and with Nano, are kind of ratcheting up. I don't know, work's gonna work, I'll have to get through it somehow. With Nano, of course it has to do with my word count and the ticking clock that I am working against. So anything I can do to help, get me a little bit ahead, especially before the holidays, would be helpful. I have, since checking in last time, worked a little more on my novel. I finished chapter 9 at last, although I have to say I lost significant mojo, I think, between when I started it and when I ended it. I'm not feeling as great about the ending. And I also then went ahead to chapter 10, and I'm pretty sure I basically wrote the exact same scene again and realized near the end of it that, it's too redundant and I should move on from it. But, that is one of the pluses of Nano, is that all words count, right? It's okay to, play a little bit of trial and error here. I am hoping I might feel good enough this evening to go to the salon, but I'll have to play it by ear. The pluses are, of course, it's wonderful to be in that space and with that community, especially when trying to meet writing goals. But on the downside, as I already mentioned, I'm still a little sick. I don't want to infect anyone, so it really depends, I think, on how I feel. But no matter what, if I'm there or if I'm here, hopefully I'll be getting the words in. Good evening. It is the next day of NaNoWriMo, and I came to my senses. I did not go to the writer's salon and subject, anyone else to my cold, which means I didn't go to the salon at all this week, which is unfortunate, but anyway, I am feeling better today at least, which is good because Thanksgiving is really imminent. In fact, I'm wrapping up my vlog with this final entry a day early just because of all of the plans for Thanksgiving and going home for that. Hopefully I will be able to take you along to more places that I kind of missed out on this week because I was sick. We'll have to see, because I'm not going to be filming conversations or anything like that, but hopefully I'll have a little bit of time to show off a little bit, go a couple places. Not that that's the point of what I should be doing this final week, especially still being one day behind, but I do have less than 10,000 words left to go that I'm going to continue to vlog about in my finale video. And also I have completed chapter 10 of my novel. Chapter 10 is the chapter where actually the most important thing of my Act 1 subplot happens. So that's good. I'm still a little antsy about how flat some of this subplot feels, and part of that is kind of by design, in part because I am writing in present tense, and I feel like it's like taking away from some of the depth of the situation, which is somewhat intentional, because the point is to say that there's not a lot of memory here, and so we're really just living in the present. But I worry too about, dedicating a lot of time to something that's too flat. And so I actually, speaking of wasting time, I've been watching videos about Peter Pan, which is one of my significant inspirations for this subplot, although the more I get into it, I realize I'm making it my own, which is fine, because after all, this isn't a retelling of any sort. But it does maybe provide some inspiration for me on ways to maybe make parts of it dynamic. That being said, I think I'm not going to worry too much about chapters I've already revised for Nano. I do want to keep moving on. And as a rebel, I'm not, completing the revision. I'm still in Act 1, but I'm doing what I can here, and I'm glad for all the progress I've been making. I hope you're glad for the progress you've been making as well, with your Nano rebeling and writing and whatever you are doing, and hope to see you at the finish line.